Tiffany Morris is and I'm going to totally screw up this pronunciation. Tiffany Luscu Migma. How are we doing? Would you pronounce it for us?
Certainly. And you know what? I'm reclaiming the language myself, so I might not even get it perfect. It's Ulnusku.
Thank
Ulnusku.
you.
Yeah.
Ulnusku Migma, writer from Nova Scotia. She is the author of the swampcore horror novella Green Fuse Burning and the Elgin-nominated horror poetry collection and Elegies of Rotting Stars. Her work has appeared in Nightmare, Uncanny, and Apex Magazine, among others. Tiffany, over to you.
Well, Ellen, thank you so much. Thank you all for being here tonight to hear some spooky poetry. I don't think there are any content warnings for what I'll be reading tonight. Just a general warning that it is horror, so it deals with some difficult subject matter. I'll start off with here, have some ghost stories. Have you ever seen a ghost? What about when you can't remember a word that you know you know? Or the times when you try to forget something and can't seem to forget it? In that space, there are ghosts. Have you ever killed anything? Look, everyone has killed something. Everyone has stepped on a bug, or killed bacteria, or bought something from some faraway, unpronounceable, or unnamed place. In that machinery, there are ghosts. Have you ever thought about the end of time? Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. The term for the fireworks you see behind your closed eyes is phosphenes. The term for the precise darkness of closed eyes is Eigengrau. Another term for apparition is Eidolon. A forerunner is an omen of death, an odd occurrence or the image of a person appearing before they die. There are nights when the souls of those who are fated to die in the next year form a procession. The future dead walking, not alive or dead, or entirely alive and soon to be dead, somewhere in the periphery of time and ending. We do not know that the soul exists. In this space, there are ghosts. This one is called This Is Where There Is Nothing. 1. Remembrance. Somewhere else something is burning. Horizons gulp shrapnel, jagged like chipped teeth. Let the moment rot gray at the edges. Surrender your memories to coastline erosion. That's my cat. At some point, the future will abandon itself. Try not to dwell. It isn't safe here or there. Back away slowly. There is the sound of one wave clapping. Salt into nothing. The no wind breathes here. Somewhere in the sky, time is evaporating into hissing stars. Meteor, tremor, tsunami waves make lonely sand shadows. The women crying. Voices echo into nothing. No one left, leaving. Grief is a faded tiger lost from the empty city zoo. It stalks us through sun-drenched streets, buzzing with ghosts. 2. Wintering. Oil paper, the sky in spectacle, borne through come ahead of cyclones, pavement slick with salt melt. We're forgetting something. Stop here, there, a meadow. Narcissus papyricius, whispering an Ozark soliloquy, waist deep in witness. There, a field gone silent. Breath carries skyward, do not linger. There is a plague here of snow on blood on snow. 3. Afterward. Night tells us nothing, an abandoned city, blank maps and concrete scrubbed in neon, tall grass swaying on empty lawns, an alarm sound somewhere to no one. Streetlights on sky rubbed raw, houses, callous on bone, wooden stairs collapse and creak. This is where there is nothing. Exit, a humid exhale. Rain-black trees stretching the moment threadbare. Time is gnarled on a branch. Memory clings to vacant buildings as voices follow behind us. This one is called In the Distance. It previously appeared in Augur magazine. In the distance. A woman is laughing to love songs on the radio. Her vintage gold Cadillac stalling where streetlights stretch thin. Pull over to the shoulder. Notice how her sigh tastes. There is smoke somewhere in a forgotten field. Behold her bruised-knuckled beauty. Bite your lip and prick your hand on rose petals. Rub your tongue over the coral ledge of a chipped tooth. It draws blood, or it doesn't. There is decay somewhere and salt on your hand. Grab at nothing. Grab at her gray laughter. She'll burst into 1,000 embers and vanish clear into the darkening cathedral of stars. This one is called In Death the House is Everywhere. I dream most often of houses and the dead. In my nightmares, I move from room to room to room, crawl through passageways, witness empty pews as I visit the wakes of the missing dead. There is green satin everywhere, strange bedsheet shrouds, shining artificial meadows. I am comforted and not afraid. Absent grief burns the air to smoke. These houses always smell like old wood, a sweet dust smell, time stuck inside rafters. Sometimes I crawl through them and come to a dead end. Sometimes the passage closes its jaws tight around me. Certain nights, I dream I am a mother. In sleep, birth symbolizes death. Meaning has a womb. A blank space scrawled over by a shaking hand. Dreaming is its call. In these houses, there are always attics and basements. There are never windows, so I cannot see my face. In dreams, the house is the mind. In life, the house is the body. In death, the house is everywhere. That one is based on some real nightmares I was having when I was going through it one year, so I decided to turn it into poetry, because why not? I have just 2 more poems. I might finish under time. This one is called Rewilding Under Those Conditions, and this is one of my climate rage poems. Stick this time, as in half-formed century, with a pin into the butterfly thorax, into embolism. There is not a word in every language for extinction event, but sometimes there are a few words for burning. Neamglagdijig, they appear burning. Nugbalagig, I set it on fire. Gahoktegel, they are burned through. A cathedral into skeleton, irritation into sensation, ozone into nothing. And it's not just forests, Nipgudul, that burn, that fall. And it's not just the prisoners whose hands hold this water they hold for no money, for nothing. There isn't much forest left here in our territory, but there are ashes, remnants, golf courses smoking in cinders, more beautiful than barbed wire on any cleared sky day by far. What is more beautiful than every golf course burning and rewilding with the things that grow under those conditions? Wildflowers, probably. Mushrooms and moss and all of it blooming like seizing. After the fire was gone, after hands held water, and mansions became lanterns, a snake was found, jaws open and hissing, having bitten the fire as it burned. I think that was based on some real news headlines during one of the seasons of wildfires in California, and there were people still golfing and golf courses ablaze, and that picture of the snake was a real picture that I found online, so quite moving, and it moved me to write. So this last poem is called Crossroads. It appeared in Nightmare magazine, and it's based on real life folklore that I've heard based on the reserve that my family is from, Eskazoni. I grew up off reserve, but still managed to hear some pretty stirring ghost stories. So Crossroads. The perfect Mundu, devil, is described as human, not human, a thought in the body, a giant human owl. Megweg, blood red, an abandoned house, the subject of applause. When he arrives, Gwiliu Megwegig, look for the red ones. Wajuet, Debnuset Nije, it is now a full moon. He does not melt, like shape and form, metal eyes and horns, a tree branch. Bedasenmat, he comes walking with a lighter torch. When they see him walking on the road, many people are afraid to show their thoughts and be revealed. So that was all poetry from Elegies of Rotting Stars. That is available. I think it might still be on sale on Amazon. You can also get it through King's Co-op Bookstore. And for the giveaway, I have electronic advanced reading copies of Green Fuse Burning, which is coming out on Halloween. So thank you so much for listening, and thanks for being here. Walalin.